This is John. He is 74 years old and has been working for over 50 years, and he will finally retire in June. While this is Alex. He is 31 years old and has been retired for 4 years already and is enjoying the best years of his life. Do you know what Alex's secret is? He watched this video a couple of times and followed all the advice, while John ignored it, and now he's paying the price. Right now, you might think early retirement is just a fantasy, something only possible for the ultra-rich lottery winners or those who inherit fortunes. But what if I told you that's a lie? What if I told you that every minute you watch this video, you'll be 1 year closer to retirement? If you think I'm exaggerating, then I challenge you to stay until the end of this video. Because if you don't, if you ignore these secrets like John did, then you might as well accept the idea of working until the day you die. Let's be real for a second. Pensions are disappearing. Governments are drowning in debt, and so they increase taxes. Inflation is eating away at your savings. If you have $10,000 in the bank, in a few years it will be worth $5,000. Just look when you go shopping. Before, with $100 you filled 2 carts with food. Now with the same $100, the cart is still empty. And by the time you're old enough to retire, there's no guarantee there will be anything left for you. In fact, it's almost certain that you'll never retire. Your comfortable retirement? That dream of traveling, relaxing, and finally living life on your own terms? It won't happen at all if you don't act now. But here's the good news. The fact that you're here, watching this, means you still have a chance to change your future. But be careful. If you leave the video, for example, at minute 5, you will retire 5 years later. So I advise you to stay until the end. Otherwise, you will never retire and will have to continue working. Most people have been brainwashed into believing that you work until you're 65 or older, retire, and then enjoy life. But that system is broken. The truth is, if you don't start building financial freedom today, you won't just work until 65. You'll work until 75, 80, or even longer. Why? Because the world is changing. Prices are rising. Social Security is unreliable, and relying on an employer to take care of you for life is a financial death sentence. That's the brutal reality, and the sooner you accept it, the sooner you can escape it. And is this really what you want? Do you want to sacrifice the best years of your life to find yourself old, without strength, without money, and realize that you have wasted your entire life? But don't worry, because this is where the real fun begins. By the time you finish watching this, you'll know exactly how to retire decades earlier than everyone else. You'll learn the secrets that banks, corporations, and governments don't want you to know. You'll discover the loopholes that allow people like Alex to retire at 27 while others work until they're physically incapable. And best of all, you can start today, no matter where you are in life. Whether you are 20, 50, or 70, you can and must start now. Otherwise, you will only continue to waste more time in vain. Now, the first thing you need to understand is that retirement isn't an age, it's a number. Most people think they need to wait until they're old to retire, but retirement isn't about age, it's about money. Specifically, how much passive income you have versus how much you spend. If you can generate more passive income than you need to cover your expenses, you're retired. It doesn't matter if you're 25 or 85. And guess what? That number is way lower than you think. And I know what you're thinking right now. So if I reduce my expenses, I can already retire? Wait, I'll explain it to you soon. Imagine this. If your monthly expenses are $3,000, you only need $3,000 of passive income to retire. It's that simple. You don't need millions in the bank. You don't need some magic formula. You just need enough assets to generate that cash flow consistently. And the best part? There are dozens of ways to do it, and I'll break them down for you in this video. But first, to make you understand how serious the situation will be, let me give you a glimpse into your future if you don't take action. Fast forward 30 years. You're still waking up to an alarm clock, dragging yourself to work while your back aches, and your energy fades. Your boss is half your age, telling you what to do. Your co-workers are retiring at 35 for doing everything I say in this video, but you can't afford to. Maybe your body is failing, maybe you have medical bills piling up, and maybe you're sitting there wishing you had done things differently, wishing you had started earlier, wishing you had taken control when you had the chance. Spoiler: you are full of possibilities every day, but you are the one who doesn't want to take them. You've probably also thought about closing this video because it's too hard. You can do it, but know that it's another chance you're losing, and another year added to retirement. Now, let's flip the script. Imagine that you were not afraid, that you did not let your laziness take over. Then imagine that you acted exactly at this moment. You followed the steps I'm about to share and fast forward 10 years. You're waking up naturally. You don't need the alarm clock that you just want to destroy every morning. You're traveling. You are finally discovering all the countries you have always wanted to visit, such as the Maldives with their breathtaking sea, Italy with its culture and art, or Australia with its huge cities and stunning views. You're also enjoying your hobbies. You can finally dedicate time and money to your passions, like driving a nice car or playing tennis every day. And who knows, maybe you'll even become an athlete in that sport. But the most important thing that is priceless is that you can finally spend more time with your family. Work? That's optional. You work when you want, on things you enjoy. Don't like doing a certain thing? You simply don't do it, whereas today you are still forced to do it. You have full control over your time. That's real freedom. That's what early retirement looks like, not what they make you believe. So, how do you get there? How do you break free from the chains of a 9-to-5 grind and start living life on your terms? The answer is simple. You need to start building income streams that don't require you to trade time for money. But wait, I know you have tried many times to do it, but you have never succeeded, and so now you will also feel a little disappointed. But trust me, it is much simpler than you think. I am here to help you retire in a few years, so I will explain the simplest ways to do it. Let's start immediately with the easiest one, while I tell you that step 4 will be the one that will make you earn so much money that you will be able to retire in less than a year. The first step is cutting unnecessary expenses. This isn't about depriving yourself, it's about being smart. Every dollar you save today is a dollar that works for you tomorrow. If you think skipping a $5 coffee won't make a difference, think again. That $5 invested every day for 20 years could turn into over $100,000. The small decisions you make daily will determine how soon you retire. Cut the waste and put that money to work. And if you are thinking that you have already eliminated all your unnecessary expenses, you are very wrong. I challenge you to write down all your expenses for 7 days. Every single penny that comes out of your pockets, you will realize that you are wasting an excessive amount of money. Think about it. That subscription you haven't used for years, every time you order food at home when you could be cooking. Write down all your expenses and eliminate 5 of them. You will see that already. Like this, you will almost be able to retire immediately. Take this and these other steps that I am about to tell you, and you will be amazed by how much more money you will have. The second step is increasing your income. Yes, because saving is important, but cutting back alone won't make you rich. You need to make more money. And the best way to do that is by increasing your skills and finding high-income opportunities. If your job doesn't pay enough, change it. Learn a new skill, start a side hustle, invest in yourself. The more you earn, the faster you can escape the system. Examples are starting a freelance job at something you're good at, renting an apartment you already have, or if you don't have one, renting a room in the one you live in, as many people are already doing. Invest in index funds or REITs. Buy online courses from reliable people who teach you a new skill or a new business. There are thousands of things you can do. You just have to want to do them. Also in this channel, there are other videos with examples of businesses that are very simple to start or of people from whom you should never buy an online course, so as soon as this video ends, run to watch them. The third step is investing wisely. Most people let their money sit in a bank account, earning pennies in interest while inflation eats away at it. That's a guaranteed way to stay trapped forever. Instead, put your money in places that grow. Stocks, real estate, index funds, businesses. These are the vehicles that create wealth. And the sooner you start, the more time your money has to grow. Suppose you spend $5 a day on coffee, snacks, or other small indulgences. That's $150 a month. Now what if you took that $150 and invested it instead? Let's say you put it into an index fund that earns an average annual return of 10%. Over 30 years, that $150 a month would grow to more than $340,000. Over 40 years, almost $900,000. And if you keep it up for 43 years, you're looking at over $1 million. That's the power of small, consistent actions compounded over time. Time is your biggest ally, but only if you use it wisely. The fourth step, the most important one, is automation. Most people struggle with saving and investing because they rely on willpower. But willpower is weak. The secret is automation. Set up automatic transfers to your investment accounts so you never even see the money. Pay yourself first. Build the habit and let the system work for you while you sleep. Exactly. It may seem strange, but you don't have to see your money coming out of your bank account, and you don't have to do it physically. But by automating everything, you won't even realize it. And like the previous example, you could find yourself a millionaire in a few years, or in any case, to have large amounts of money without even realizing it. The final step is creating passive income, the holy grail of early retirement. The goal is to replace your salary with income streams that don't require your daily effort. These could be all the examples I gave you before, like rent properties that generate a monthly rent and therefore a stable and constant income, shares with dividends that regularly pay you 10% per year, a business that makes money even when you don't work as an e-commerce, which requires a little more initial work, but once started, you can literally forget about it. Once your passive income surpasses your expenses, congratulations, you're retired. If you follow these steps, you'll be years closer to retirement with every passing minute. Every moment you spend learning this, you're buying back years of your life. But if you ignore this advice, if you click away and go back to business as usual, then get ready for a lifetime of work. Because the system isn't built to make you free, it's built to keep you dependent. And unless you take control, you will be working for the rest of your life. But it doesn't have to be that way. You have the power to change your future. You just have to start right now. The choice is yours. Keep watching, keep learning, and take action. Every minute you spend here is another year of freedom you're earning. Don't waste it. And if you click the subscribe button below, you will be another 5 years closer to retirement, because then you will be able to see other videos where I explain even better how to make money, and therefore how to leave your job and retire early. So, what are you waiting for? Subscribe now, and by clicking both the like button and commenting on the video, you will be another 3 years closer to retirement. See you soon.